Once a famous scientist was interviewed by a reporter. Reporter asked him, "What do you think set you apart from others?" He replied, "I think it all came from an experience that occurred in my childhood. When I was 3 years old, I was trying to get a bottle of milk from the refrigerator, and while doing so I lost my grip and the bottle slipped out of my hands and fell, spilling all the milk over the kitchen floor. When my mother came to the kitchen and saw all mess, instead of yelling at me or giving me a lecture or punishing me, she said, 'Robbie, I have rarely seen such a huge puddle of milk. Well, the damage has already been done. Would you like to get down and play in the milk for a few minutes before we clean it up?' And indeed, I did start playing in that milk. While I was playing in milk, after a few minutes my mother came back and said, 'You know, whenever you make a mess like this, eventually you have to clean it up and restore everything back to its proper order.' Then she asked, 'How would you like to do it? We can use a sponge or a towel or a mop to clean this up. Which do you prefer?' I chose a sponge, and then I cleaned that spilled milk with my mother's help. My mother then said, 'You know what we have here is a failed experiment in how to effectively carry a big bottle with 2 hands. Now let's go out in the backyard and fill the same size bottle with water and see if you can discover a way to carry it without dropping it.' That way I learned that if I grasped the bottle at the near tip with both hands, then I could carry it without dropping it." At end of the interview, scientist remarked that, "It was at that moment I knew that I don't need to be afraid to make mistakes. Instead, I learned that mistakes were just opportunities for learning something new, and that's what scientific experiments are all about. Even if an experiment doesn't work, we usually learn something valuable from it." Moral of the story: the greatest gift for human beings are mistakes. They teach you what you did wrong and what you should not repeat. But you can only learn from your mistakes when you admit that you made a mistake. Admitting your own mistake does not hurt your pride. It builds courage. It is a greater form of self-development. Only by admitting your own mistake to yourself, you open a new door to further self-knowledge. Wisdom is the knowledge you can gain from making mistakes. Many people repeat the same pattern of a certain mistake a few times over before they open up their eyes to it. Unfortunately, others are too stubborn to ever admit their own mistake. So, which one do you want to become? A learner from your mistakes or a stubborn who never makes mistakes? Choose wisely.